must choose a Muslim even if he's worse than a non-Muslim. Sheikh Khalifa supports APC ticket. An Islamic cleric, Sheikh Khaliga Ashir, has supported APC's presidential Muslim ticket after Kashim Shettima was unveiled as the vice presidential candidate of APC. In a video obtained from the Nkeji blog, the Islamic cleric said, Bola Asiwaju Tinubu is the best Muslim personality that the Yorubas can offer for the office of the president. He stated this while addressing his followers in Kaduna State at his Mashhad Islamic and Arabic Training Center. Sheikh Khalifa Ashir said whenever one has a choice to choose between a Muslim and a non-Muslim, one must choose a Muslim even if he is worse than the non-Muslim. This is scary. I mean, it's not just him being a Muslim, but now he's a cleric and has a center where he's preaching this to minds of the people. This is alarming. Recall that religious leaders in the Christian faith kicked against a Muslim ticket as they urged political parties not to make such a move in order for justice, equity, and fairness to prevail. Tinubu, however, said he picked Shettima because he knows he is competent and can do the job. I mean, how can one fully respond to this? I mean, I guess this was the concern. I mean, you've just proven why, every person was concerned about this Muslim ticket. Because if you being a Muslim cleric who, to be honest, you can say in the north you are a legitimate stakeholder, it's if you're pushing for this Muslim ticket and you're not thinking of competence, I mean, who are we to then assume that Tinubu, because he says he picked Shettima for competence, that's the only reason why he picked him? And now you are saying even if the non-Muslim is better, still pick the Muslim. What? Is this what he's preaching to minds, to young minds? Not even young or old, the minds of those under his teaching. I mean, this is alarming, and I guess, of course, the worries were they were obviously right from the beginning. That is not teaching of Islamic religion. Nigerians should disregard this trashy misrepresentation. Well, unfortunately, those that he's teaching to are not online. So when you say Nigerians, who are you speaking to? You're speaking to those that also have access to this news and have access to be able to watch these videos. But the fact is, those he's preaching to, it is very unlikely that they're going to come on the internet and find that their preacher is online and their preacher's opinion is spreading everywhere. So I really don't know. You can't just say Nigerians should disregard this trashy misrepresentation. And again, it is misrepresentation, because then you have Muslims that would literally be like, excuse me, this is not what my religion stands for. But again, you have those who stand and say they're hardcore Muslims and say certain things and associate it with the fact that they're Muslims. So that misrepresentation is there, whether it's factual or not. Muslims are being misrepresented by people like this. And it is a problem. He means even the Muslim... It means even if the Muslim is a bandit, ISWAP, kidnapper, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, I mean, this is already too much. This is already too much. And it's alarming because, yes, it's not unexpected that people think like this, or, the clerics would go and preach this sort of mentality to their people. But the fact that, these people they're very vulnerable, and they can, if not already, adopt this kind of thinking. And we're talking of mass voting. We're talking of a very populous region of the country that can really, tip the scales when it comes to voting. I mean, as they say, it's a game of numbers, right? So if a majority of, that number think a certain way, then it is finished. I guess you can say that. Yeah, that is a lot. That is why we should decide. So you Muslims should stay on your own and let others stay in their lane. Stay in their lane. I mean, again, I think because of so much misrepresentation, it is easy for us to see, or for people to see this as sort of a thing against Muslims when really it is not. It's just people and their personal ideologies and their greed for power that would make them think a certain way. Many things will unfold in Nigeria with this Muslim ticket. Just wait and see them actualize it. Well, I don't think we want to see them actualize it. It seems like it's like nice drama too. I mean, I think sometimes we hear this news online, and of course, if you're in the country or you're living very comfortable, I feel like there's a tendency that you may see these things as just drama and like news on the internet, but it's really not. Again, we're talking about ideologies, right? Intangible things. So it's a thing where it's like, yes, there are no limits to where our discussions can go, but realistically, we need, if depending on what the country wants, if they want that, then they're going to vote for it. But if people don't want that, they have to work against that outcome happening. So a comment like, oh, let's see what's going to happen. See what's going to happen. Have you seen the current exchange rate and Nigerians value in relation to the dollar? I mean, you don't want to wait and see if anything to be actualized. We need to start making sure our own reality is actualized. So it's not just some drama and say, oh, headline, breaking news, and so this is what has happened. It's not that. It's a big issue, very big issue. And I think when campaigns start, it's actually the time to go to the grassroots, as they say, especially in the north, and emancipate the minds in a few months after it's been made and conditioned after years. We have to undo the work of years of conditioning in a few months. But again, if the outcome you want is what you want, you're going to have to work for it, right? Hard, but hey, it's the reality, except you want this Muslim ticket to be actualized. But yeah, if you've got, Islamic clerics, and again, if there are multiple Islamic clerics that think like this man across the north, then you can say that Tinubu's work is finished, because again, if not that he makes the vote simple for them. You know what I mean? You saying you pick you pick a Muslim over a non-Muslim, even if the non-Muslim is better. Fact is, you it's like, to the minds, you simplify their options. You don't allow them to think other than the only person you vote for is Muslim, and that's it. So it makes for them, voting is now very much more convenient, to be honest. Like, you made the job easy for them. It's either Muslim or no Muslim. That's the only options. Put what you think about it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.